I'm Tony Yerman. I'm the fixed operations consultant for the National RV Dealers Association here in the United States. I also represent the Mike Molino RV Learning Center, which is our educational arm. What I'd like to show you today is what we have to offer, and much of it is online. So what I would like to do is give you a little bit of a tour of our Learning Center website to help you navigate. Now, it's easy to get to. You can either go to rvda.org or you could go to the Mike Molino RV Learning Center or rvlearningcenter.com. When you get to our homepage, and this is it, you should be looking at it now, you'll see a number of topics. There is a bar here, this blue bar, and there's drop-down menus that appear. This has all of the different categories that fall under the education department. So one of the, you can click here on any, you get a drop down, you'll find, we're asking for some donations, our education, but you can also scroll down and you'll see these, other tabs here for get certified, webinars, our convention, finding a trainer, publications, society, and there are some additional news articles down here. What I'll do is give you a little tour here. You can get to most of this through this bar up here. And if we start with, let's say, certification, which is simply getting certified, there's our certification overview. We have certification for fixed ops personnel, 5 positions: service manager, service writer advisor, warranty administrator, parts manager, and parts specialist. And what you should be able to see on the screen right now is the page for this, and you'll see right up in here is download the certification applications. Now these are for the tests, and the certification fees, the test fees, are here. There are different fees for different positions. Now this is for certification. This would be where you take your test, and what you can do as well to help with this is for training, we have learning guides. We have readiness tests. So you can click on the readiness tests, and what it will allow you to do, a person to do, is for I think it's $25. Yes, $25 per test. They can take a readiness test for the position to determine whether they're ready to take the certification test, or they should go back and do some studying, be it from our learning guides or our new online training courses. So from here, you can have them go in, you can download the test application here. There's what we call our competency profile. All of our courses were designed, let me see if I can get it. Oh, here we are. All of our courses were designed with the help of the Ohio State University's group SEAT, it's called. This is our service advisor chart, for example. I think they're all here. Yeah, warranty administrator. What we do is we have duties and tasks. So these are the duties that a parts manager or parts specialist, in this case, would have to perform during the course of his day and his job, and the tasks that fall under these particular duties. So this is what we train to, and these are the areas that are tested on. So that can help you there. The readiness tests give you 32 questions, service manager, 19, service writer, and so on. It pulls questions from each of the categories, so that people get an idea what the course is, what the questions are going to be about. The tests take no more than about 10 or 20 minutes. They're pretty simple, and you can download the applications from here. When it comes to training, we have a number of things that we offer for training. probably the biggest, let's see, I got this thing covering my, oh, we have a training calendar. And well, I shouldn't get ahead of myself here, but for training, let's see, education, we have online courses. Now, the online courses are all new Service Writer Advisor course online. We have all of the training for fixed ops positions currently, as we call them, learning guides. They're books that contain, they're binders that contain booklets, a booklet for each of the duties that I showed you on that chart. And we train to each of those duties. Now, it's principle based, so we don't teach process. We teach the principles and what you need to function in these positions. A lot of the process of how the tasks and duties are carried out, the process is sometimes dictated by the type of software you have, the management software. You know, different ways of, or let's say, ordering parts, handling work orders. Everybody has somewhat of their own process, but we teach you what you need to do during work with these processes from a point of, yes, here's what you should do if you're confronting a customer, if you're doing a walkthrough, if you're taking the information on what they need. We found that Service Writer Advisor is probably the most important person, frontline person in an RV dealership. Once the sale is made, the person that the customer is going to talk to the most is the Service Writer Advisor. He's going to look to that person to guide him in getting the correct repairs done, advising him on what equipment might work best for him, what accessories the customer might want to add, what can make his experience with the vehicle much better. So the Service Writer Advisor, we felt, was probably the most important and the most in-demand course that we had. So that's the first one that we put in to operation. I got this thing hiding up here. Hold on. Wait. Yeah, see it. Okay, as you can see what it's doing to me here. Okay, this is the course. I'll give you a little show through of this course. The course is broken down into 9 modules, and each module has to do, refers to one of the duties on that chart, and it addresses the tasks under those duties. So if, let's say, I'm signed in, and here's what I come to, this is my dashboard. This allows me to go wherever I need to go. For the courses that I have to take, any other information, we have a learning path which gives them where, which helps them determine how they're progressing through the course. There's a demo on the course. So it's really quite, everything it's like videos, and they're interactive. So at the end of each lesson, there are checkpoints, little questions that are asked regarding that particular lesson. At the end of each module, there is a final practice test, so to speak. And what they do is they pass all of these courses, and at the end of the entire course, there is a final test. And once they pass that with a score of 80% or better, they're given a certificate of completion for the course. So now it's not the certification certificate. It just shows and demonstrates that they have had training and they have completed this course. We do have a demo online, which, if you scroll down on our page here for the Service Writer Advisor course, there's a demo, and it's a navigation demo. So you can go in there and watch that. It's a little video of how to operate. It shows the different features of the course. And in this particular Service Writer Advisor course, part of it, it's showing just what you have to do to work through the course. It'll demonstrate the quizzes. We've been getting really good response. People love the handling content for difficult customers. We have a lot of duties in there that have to refer with things like performing check-ins, customer quality assurances. So it's really a great course. The other courses are, again, they're in the books. Along with our training, you know, certification, under certification, you need to recertify every 5 years. To do this, we require 40 hours of continued education credits. And to do that, you need to take training that we have viewed, reviewed, and have approved for the training. And one of the ways we provide access to this is through our RV training calendar, which is simply rvtrainingcalendar.com. And we have providers, and these can be manufacturers, they can be other trade associations. You see we have the NRVTA on here. And in this, we not only have service, but we have sales, F&I. You can see here, Dometic provides a webinar, rooftop vent fans. We approve these for continued education in the fixed ops areas, and we're constantly getting new materials in and qualifying them. We ask that the providers give some sort of testing at the end. It's validation, and provide either a certificate or a transcript so that we can be certain that the person has in fact gone through the course and completed it. It's the 40 hours is not that hard to come by when you're able to find the material. Now what we also do, okay, get out the way. Let me see if I got this one right. Come on. No, where are we? No. All right, here, let me go here. You know, you get so many of these open when you're trying to do this. One thing I'm looking for here is the Society of Certified RV Professionals. Now, what this is, anybody who passes a certification test and becomes certified in any of our positions, and as an RV technician as well, automatically becomes a member of this society. And what this gives them is we send out a monthly newsletter, gives different information on being certified, the positions, news on the different positions, training that's come up. We have in the newsletter, we give a training schedule, and we recognize people every year at our convention, people who have been certified for, you know, a long period of time, people who have special honors and that in their position. We try to recognize them at our convention in a society welcome program. So this is one of the things that we offer. As you can see, they can again find a trainer, the training calendar, educational webinars. There are society benefits, continued education units, and safety and consumer information. One thing I might add, the biggest concern in the past has been technician. How do I get my technicians certified? How do I get them trained? We used to have a lot to do with that. RVDA used to have a lot to do with that. But when the RVIA came out with their RV Training, their Technical Institute, RVTI, they have taken all of that over. They now have everything to do with technicians. It's technician certification, technician training, recertification, and they're still somewhat in the process of developing all of this. COVID came along and really threw a wrench in everything. They have level 1 training right now. They've completely changed all of the certification levels. If you go to the RVTI website, you can find all of the information on technician training, and you will want to look there. You'll want to find out what you need to do to recertify your technicians or get them certified just in general. and the training that goes with it. Our focus now has become on fixed ops people. And we have found that, the management, we have always catered a lot to the management portion of the dealership, the management positions, to help a dealership run as smoothly as possible. So that's what we're here to do. I showed you the fixed ops training. Come on, get out of the way. Now let's see if I can get to the, here we go. This is a new publication we have. We did have RV Technician today. Now we've changed it to RV Fixed Operations today. And what this is it's an online magazine for fixed operations people. We have parts counter, selling parts, parts technical information, service desk, kind of the same thing. New products, product releases, displays. We get a lot of people that ask about setting up parts departments. We list safety issues, recalls that come up, and then we have for certification, the same thing, training, online courses, the society. If you go to RV Fixed Operations today, you can get in here. People could sign up for this. The membership, $39.95 for RVDA members, $49.95 for non-members. And there's just a whole wealth of information that you can get. And you can see right now, again, COVID's the big thing. We have a whole resource page on COVID-19 operations. That's for here in the States. I'm sure it's a little different in Canada. But we have articles like we're working with NTP Stag now. Their pro training, which are webinars that they do at their convention. They qualify for continued education credits. You can see recalls for September of 2020, and we go way back on the recalls. Our service management webinar series. We have different articles on the $20 million repair order. And then we look at issues like the repair event cycle time. That's a big deal right now. How do we get the customer in and out of our service departments in a more efficient and quicker manner? And we are addressing that. We're working with companies, some of the service management vendors, software vendors. There's just a wealth of information in here that you can get. It's a good thing to be subscribed to. Next, I'd like to give you an idea of a couple of the things that we offer to dealers to help them manage their dealership. Two of the things we have our service management guide. Now, what this is it's a guide to help management. We give management tips on, things like working with extended service contract companies, working with insurance companies, dealing with your technicians, work orders, how to develop specials for the customers, menu sales for service. But the biggest thing about it is we have a flat rate guide. And I can show you a sample work unit here. This, as it comes up, we have labor times for your day-to-day repairs on RVs, something that the service department sees every day. Here we have, for example, vehicle inspection PDIs. We also have a section on accessories, adding accessories. We cover all of the different units. If I go back here to the table of contents, here you can see we cover deliveries, accessories, awnings, propane systems, electrical systems. We have the labor times, and for all of these different operations that fall under these categories. Repairing anything, lights, the fresh water system, water pumps, everything we cover. And we do this I've managed this or headed up the task force for this guy for the last 2 issues, and I participated on the task force for like the last 4 issues. So that goes over 12 years that I've been with it. And what I do is I canvass dealerships from around the U.S. and Canada, and we try to choose who we feel are subject matter experts, the creme de la creme of the RV service business. And we take each of these sections apart and allow the people who are on the front lines, the service writers who have to tell people how much this is going to cost, have to work with the technicians to say, hey, here's how much time you have to do this job. They're the ones that have the best idea of what you're going to see when you go to price these jobs out, or when you tell somebody how long it's going to take to do these jobs. Now, this is directly relative to the repair event cycle time. When you list out a job by operation, you take your each operation on a repair order for each complaint that a customer has, and you look up in the book, and you're able to see how long, okay, prepping a motorized diesel, just a chassis, coach, 9 hours. The technician now knows how long he has to do this. If he can't get it done in that time, he has to come back to the service writer and he has to tell him why. That allows the service writer to say, okay, there's additional work that needs to be done. It could be warranty work, it could be extended service contract, or it may be customer pay. So it's something that would stop the repair job and sort of reboot it so that everything gets covered, the customer is completely satisfied, the hours are accounted for, the charges for the time that's put in and any parts that are used, the charges are made. And this is what helps with the repair event cycle time. You don't have a technician given 8 hours to do a job, but just because it says prep the diesel chassis, he goes out there and he's got 3 hours, but he just keeps working until he's done with it. And he's fixed about 4 or 5 problems that could have been covered maybe under warranty. Now he's got 8 hours in it. You're going to get paid for 3 hours, and he's taking him 8 instead of 3. So this helps with efficiency. We try to put any notes that we can relative to what these repairs might take, any difficulties they may run into, laws that apply to any of the repairs that are made. It does help with addressing how the technician works, how the service writer advisor communicates with the technician and the customer and anyone else involved, such as an extended service contract company or manufacturer warranty. This is one of the tools we have. Another we have is our latest RV damage repair estimator. This is a book, well, this is now an online program. It has been a book for the past, since 1983. I wrote the book originally, and I've been working on it ever since. I work closely with a number of insurance companies as well as the Dealers Association and many of our members. And I have Progressive Insurance in my backyard here. I'm actually in Cleveland, Ohio. And they would run their training department. They would train insurance adjusters. And when they found out the work that my service department was doing, they would run their people through our department to see these jobs in different stages of repair. So they asked me to write a page, because a number of the things I would repeat. You know, we would do, here's how to replace, here we're replacing a skin panel. We're replacing a window. Says, can you give us a little sheet that says how long it takes to do some of these? So I said, sure, and I wrote up a sheet, and I just kept writing until I had over 400 pages of repair items. And now in the digital age, people want this as an online program. And they can go to drestimation.com, and they'll get to the login page. And if they have the login credentials, they can sign up, or they can sign in. If not, they can sign up for the course or for the program. Once they're in, again, we have news, anything that we can help them with, gives tips on how to work these on issues that they might be having. We have help topics in here on writing estimates, things that they might find during repairs that help them with it. We have a resource list of shop and insurance-friendly resources. A lot of OEMs will only sell to their dealers. Well, there are some ways around that if need be. And writing the estimates is really pretty simple. You can see you can either start a new estimate. It has all of the information, and it's really easy to navigate. You can set up your labor times. You can set up the owner, insurance information, claim numbers, information on the insured, information on the claim itself, the vehicle information. All this information gets plugged in. You edit it, and you can add everything, purchase date, any of the information that you need for it. The damage, now we have a lot of graphics in this. So you can go to an area, and what it'll do is you go to the vehicle, you can click on an area, and it'll take you to the parts that are used in building that or repairing it. There are related parts that are involved. There are tips on repairs, when something can be repaired, doesn't have to be replaced. I hate to call them shortcuts, but shortcuts that we found over the years that make repairs a little simpler and a little quicker. It gives you a parts list, which is itemized with labor time, material prices, and then it'll allow you to have all that information on a page and create an estimate with your charges, any additional charges, any notes relative to the claim, to the repair. We also have an area where you can go in and you can add files, any photographs that would be relative to the repair, any documentation such as accident reports, field adjuster reports, if there are any. When a shop gets it, they have a lot to do with the insurance company, but we try to cover all of that in this, so it makes for a very nice itemized and detailed estimate. Again, we have a lot of help topics, your dashboard. We just make it real easy to get around in the program. So we have the service management guide. We have the RV damage repair estimator. We have readiness tests for training. We have training, and we have our, the calendar. We have the society, so everybody can stay up on their training, on recertification. Now we also have on the site, we have our store. And the store is where you can go and look for everything that RVDA has available for the dealership. And this can be, as you can see up here, there's Go RVing materials that the dealership can get. There's things related to parts. You can see here, these are our learning guides that are available for parts. We have it in the book form and on CD-ROM. Service, we have basically the same thing, but service has a little more because we have the service management guide and the damage repair estimator. Let's see, sales, we have sales products for training your salespeople. And for helping you work within your dealer, for a manager, a general manager, or even a dealer principal to operate his business better. Customer service, we have people who we work with, different trainers that have provided material or have training that we help promote. And you see we have even things on warranty. We have our learning guides here. So all of this we try to make it easy for you to find things, to look things up. We do everything we can to make the Learning Center as simple to get around as possible and put up as much information as we can to help a dealership manage every portion of his business, whether it's service, parts, warranty, and even sales and F&I. So we have college scholarships that people can enroll, dealership management can enroll dealership personnel into. We have a lot of news, a lot of events that come out with our webinars, training calendars. We have a number of publications. When you belong to RV Dealers Association, you can get Fixed Ops Today, you can get RV Executive Today. So there's a great deal of information that we have available. The best way to find it is to go to rvda.org in the RV Learning Center.